Three friends went on a trip. They got caught in a storm and took shelter in a cave inside a mountain. Soon a rock fell and the mouth of the cave was closed and they could not get out. They were very worried. They tried to remove the rock, but in vain. One of them said, "They remember their good deeds and pray to Allah. It might be He saved us from this." A friend said, "O Allah, I take care of my aged parents, wife and small children. I take care of my dog all day. When I come home in the evening, I take out the milk of the sheep and give it to my parents first. One day I had to go in search of food. I couldn't go back home until my parents went to bed. And I stood by them in silence, so as not to disturb their rest. I didn't think it was right for me to breastfeed my children before my parents did. My children were crying at my feet. I stood there with my parents until it was morning. O Allah, if you are pleased with this deed of mine, save us from this misfortune." The rock creaked a little until he could see a little bit of the sky. Another friend said, "O Allah, I had an uncle whom I wanted to marry, but he refused because I could not pay him 100 dinars. That I collected 100 dinars with great difficulty and went to his house and forced him to marry me." She said, "O servant of Allah, fear Allah and do not transgress His bounds," so I left him and returned from there. O God, you know that I did this only out of fear of you. If you like my process, let's simplify our difficulty by making the stone a little bit more porous, but that's it. It wasn't enough to get all three of them out. The third said, "O Allah, I hired a servant to measure rice, and when he finished his work, I paid him in the form of rice, but he did not accept it and went away. My harvest was very good, I became rich, I had herds of cows and sheep. One day a servant came to me and said, 'Fear Allah and do not do any harm to my property.' I said to him, 'Take these cows and sheep.' He said, 'Fear Allah and do not make fun of me.' I said, 'I'm not mocking you, but you take this thing,' and he's gone. O God, you know I did this for your pleasure. If you like my work, make it easy for us." The stone creaked until the mouth of the cave opened. You have seen how their good deeds and the way they prayed made their difficulties easier. Dear children, the lesson for us is that we should always do good and good deeds and worship sincerely. Allah will accept our prayers. If we remember our good deeds and pray to Allah, Allah will accept our prayers. The best time to pray is after the azan, after performing the obligatory prayers, when it is raining or otherwise. When a person is sick. Write down this beautiful hadith and remember it to your friends and grandparents.